So no, I don't think King was wrong from telling 50 Cent F you and go dig up your mama. Okay? That's exactly what he said. Okay? But a lot of people like he need to stay in a child's place. King is not a child. King is a grown man. And 50 Cent said something about Tiny. Okay? And y'all got to understand people don't play about their mamas. So 50 Cent, you started that. You could have stayed where you and T.I. could have said whatever y'all needed to say. Go back and forth. But you played with somebody's mama. And we have to understand these children are getting older. So what you think, he not going to say nothing? You know what I'm saying? I really forgot all about King. So people that saying he needs to stay in a child's place, no, that's his mama. 50 Cent hit below the belt, so he hit below the belt. Now, would I do that? No. You know what I'm saying? I know you cannot fight fire with fire. You know, you can, but it's not good. I will pray about it. But that's not everybody's case. Everybody is not there yet. So you have to respect it. No, King is not wrong from saying what he said. And we got to understand why he said it. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, he a child. So even if I come or anybody else come to him, explain to him, well, King, no, that's not right. He ain't gonna have no understanding behind his mama. Y'all know people don't have no understanding behind their mom and their children.
And 50 Cent is getting this smoke. Man, he getting this smoke. And everybody was emailing me and asking me, hey, George, when you going to speak on this? The funny thing is, I wasn't even going to speak on this. I was going to leave it alone. Once I saw mamas getting into it, and listen, first of all, in our culture, as black men, you know how black men feel about their mothers. So I'm not mad at King at all. Because all y'all out there that got something to say about King, you hypocrites. Because if somebody even look at your mama the wrong way, you ready to crash all the way out to the end of the earth. Right? So like, miss me with the bull crap. Let's stop with the hypocrisy because you like 50 Cent. Right? Nah. In our culture, you know darn well black men don't play about their mothers. But the thing is, the Monty, he dropped that Miss Jackson song, Visualizer, and you know, he got the image of the house being on fire. Man, there's a lot of stuff that come with that because we remember when his baby mom told the story of how abusive he was and how things went down in regards to that situation with that house fire.
For 13 years, the relation just ended over a year ago. He cannot accept that I have moved on with my life. He's like, he's going to strip me of everything. And I didn't allow it. I fought back. And this is what he's trying to do. He tried to keep in his own child.
Why do you know that?
He threatened me. He told me he would. He told me he would have someone come do something to me. He told me he said, watch what I do. I have someone come. That's what he did. That's really what he did. I know he did. There's not a doubt in my mind or my son's life. I know he did.
What happened?
I know he did.
Did you see anything?
Someone threw something through the window and the house just ignited. Couldn't even make it downstairs. We had to jump out the window.
Do you think he hired someone to do it?
Yes, of course. I know he's too much of a coward to do anything himself.
First time he hit me, I was pregnant with Marquise. Belly out to here.
Well, let me ask you. So Marquise, I'm pregnant with Marquise, so sitting 12 years. Why didn't you want to be with him? Just at this point, he's a famous rapper. Gino is clicking. You know, he's a sex symbol in a sense because he's in great shape. Why wouldn't you want to be with somebody at that point in his career?
Because he was abusive. Well, he still is abusive. I'm just not in his presence, but he's abusive. Emotionally, physically, he's abusive. And the last straw for me was he hit me in front of my daughter. And I said, as a mother, if I allowed her to see him hit me and stay with him, what example am I setting for my daughter? And that's when that was it for me. It was that
Right.
and another incident with Marquise. So it was two incidents, but it was kind of close. And there was another incident with Marquise, Yale, and Banks used to have an apartment they used to share in Manhattan. And I went to pick 50 up from there. So Marquise told me that I guess like he had a girl there, like, you know, a girl that, he just told me something. So him and I got to an argument. He beat the mess out of me and then told Marquise, see, it's your fault. I had to whoop your mother's ass. So those were two incidents for me that I said, no, it's time to go.
So 50, he gets a lot of praise, but he has records on the books for abusing women, for being abusive. Oh, but because y'all love 50, y'all just excuse it. Y'all just let it go. If it's anybody else, though, y'all want him to be held accountable. No, he had, we already know his public relationship with his son, right? After that situation the situation. But we also, the mom, he was abusing, but then he got with Daphne, the one that was getting her cheeks boat raced by Diddy and them strippers, right? She was saying that he abused her too, and he don't come see his son. So like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that go on with him. But this guy, man, like this guy don't have a family, and he don't have a problem disrespecting or going after somebody's mom or going after somebody's family because he don't know what it's like to have a mom or a dad. He don't care about how you feel. He's in pain. He wants everybody to feel the way he feel. He thinks that because he has money and luxury items, that's gonna make him feel good, but he's finding out that's not giving them the mental freedom that he was looking for. He just got access to more things. That's it. But look how he talk about his son.
It's sad. It's a sad situation, right? And when you pray for success, you don't necessarily pray for the things that come with it, right? And there's no such thing as success without jealousy, without envy, or entitlement. And entitlement is growing in someone you love in the scariest part, right? And his mom developed an entitlement that cannot be met. Filtering that energy through his actual personal interests. Let's say now that he's starting to like females, he's conscious of what kind of shoes he want to wear. I need these Jordans, the retro Jordans is coming, different things. And then his mother go, all right, I'll get them for you, but it just bothers me because you're supposed to have them all. So while being a privileged child, he feels deprived. When you had everything I didn't have. I can tell you how much my kids cost. In New York State, 1.360. You see what I'm saying? And I don't have an issue with paying the support fund. The reason why I'm the way I am with those kind of situations, I pay my support that year that the baby's born. Move the money to the account, let it, and it automatically disperses a certain amount of money per each month. So with him, I noticed over the years like it developed because I blamed it on his mom for a long time. But it's not his mother, it's him. Like I've gone places where he was at, he left.
Fifth, you love your son?
I used to. You ask yourself how long, a complicated question would say, how long can you love something that don't love you back? You see, so in this experience, you look and you say, I didn't think success would cost me my firstborn, but it's the situation. It's like my grandfather would say, it rattled like a snake. If it slithered like a snake, is it a snake or do you need to be bit? Right? And that's the Aiken, South Carolina, and this the country, she'll say. And what he keeps saying is every time you see the boy, he show up with somebody you got a problem with. What does that day? People will always try to make relationships on a common bond of disliking someone. Like, be friends with you because your enemy is my enemy.
Yeah.
And he sees himself that way. To the extent where he's actually taking pictures with Preem's son or doing different things that, and you go, well, I'm like, I don't even understand where your motivation comes from with these things, but.
Can you excuse any of that because of how young he is?
No, he's 23 years old, 24 years old. It's not a baby no more, it's a grown man. See, I look at.
Now, when 50 Cent posting Tiny for no reason at all, because Tiny never said nothing about him, the beef was with her husband and 50, two grown men, right? Two grown men. For some reason, he wanted to put her in it, right? So now her sons is bringing all the smoke, and they not letting up, right? They not letting up on him at all. Now, mind you, she went over and she posted this. Man, I'm really out here living and breathing something like the next Jackson 5. I have done some commendable things in life, but I promise they're my next biggest flex for a lifetime, right? Miss Jackson. So, and listen, King, he not playing about his mama.
Straight like that. Your son don't love you. You don't got no family. You not loved. You rich, but you not loved, nigga. Money means nothing without no one to spend it with. Your son don't love you. And nigga, just for talking about my mama, I would slap the fuck out that nigga just because he share the same blood as you, nigga. I don't give a man. At the end of the day, I don't play by my mama. I don't play by my mama. I'm just trying to raise, nigga. I wasn't raised by y'all father, nigga. My dad is T.I.P., nigga. Tip, nigga. That's how I'm raised, nigga. I don't play like this.
Now, I'm interested to see now how 50 Cent bounced back from this. What is he going to say? Because he's used to being a bully. He's used to bullying everybody else. But now he's being bullied because he started something with some young people, right? Young guys, man, they don't got no filter. They're not like our generation. I'm not into this in the, the unalived and, when my enemies pass away. I don't really get into all that. We just move on, right? That's what we do. But this generation, they ain't with all that. You come with smoke, you can't tell somebody how they supposed to respond. That's how they moving. So we in a different day and a different time, right? But let's look at how all this stuff played out and what actually happened and why we're here now having this conversation.
The back and forth between 50 Cent and the Harris family has the internet in a chokehold right now. DJ Academics getting involved in this situation and claims of secret audio floating around has set tongues wagging across every platform. So let's get into the full story and figure out what happened between King Harris and 50 Cent. Before we can even talk about King Harris, before we can talk about any secret audio or apologies, we need to go back to where this whole situation started, because this beef did not come out of nowhere. This beef has roots, and those roots lead straight back to a Verzuz battle that never happened. The origins of the feud between 50 Cent and T.I. date back to a proposed Verzuz battle between the two, one T.I. gladly wanted with the G-Unit rapper and television mogul. But according to Tip, 50 backed out. Now let's set the scene. During an episode of Nightcap Live earlier this month, the trap pioneer accused Fifth of dodging a Verzuz battle against him. T.I. went on camera and said he wanted 50 Cent. He wanted that smoke. He was ready to go head-to-head and celebrate both of their catalogs. And according to T.I., this was not something he just pulled out of thin air. He says the two men had a conversation about it beforehand. T.I. explained on $1 Million Worth of Game that the matchup wasn't to pit them against each other. He said it was really about celebrating each other's catalog. He claimed that they talked about it and that he didn't just call him out of the blue. According to the rapper, the two came to an agreement for the Verzuz, and T.I. was supposed to mention it publicly. But when he did, he alleges Fifth acted confused. So picture that. You're T.I. You sit down with a man, you agree to something, you go out and announce it to the world, and then the other person acts like they don't know what you're talking about. That's what T.I. is claiming happened, and he was not happy about it. T.I. said, "I don't want to stand on stage with him. I don't respect him." Those words were significant. T.I. is not someone who throws around the word respect loosely. This is a man who has built his career on the idea of respect. He made it clear that what 50 Cent did, or rather what 50 Cent did not do, crossed a line. He told the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast exactly how he felt. Just say you don't want to do it. All this other extra lame-ass shit, man. This shit, goofy, Tip added before confirming the Verzuz would never happen. He went on to say, "I have no interest in standing on stage with him." Now, in a normal situation, that would be the end of it. Two grown men disagree about a business arrangement. They air it out, and they move on. But this is hip-hop, and one of the men involved is 50 Cent. And if you know anything about 50 Cent, you know that the man does not let things go quietly. He never has. He never will. T.I. and 50 Cent's feud was reignited earlier in February after Tip voiced his confidence in taking 50 out in a potential Verzuz battle. 50 didn't want anything to do with a Verzuz, which led 50 to slam Tip and call him King Rat in an Instagram comment. That King Rat comment was a direct shot. Everybody knows the implication behind calling someone a rat in hip-hop. It is one of the most damaging things you can say about someone, and T.I. was not about to let that slide. T.I. wrote in response, "You playing on my name when only one of us a rat in real life. You know I got your paperwork, right? And my transcript is available online. Your excuses is useless. Get your hoe ass in the box or STFU and live in fear. You soft son, you've lost my respect." So now we have two rap legends going back and forth. T.I. is calling 50 Cent a coward. 50 Cent is calling T.I. a snitch. It all started over a potential Verzuz battle in which Fifth allegedly ducked T.I. The two eventually started dissing each other for snitching, with T.I. posting some alleged receipts. The snitching allegations were flying from both sides. And as all of this was happening, as these two grown men were trading shots on the internet, 50 Cent decided to take things in a direction that nobody expected. He went after Tiny Harris. Now this is where the story takes a turn, because the beef was between T.I. and 50 Cent. That was man to man. That was rapper to rapper. But then, the tension reignited after 50 Cent shared a post that included a photo of T.I.'s wife, Tiny Harris, along with a caption warning T.I. to keep his name out of his mouth. Let me be clear about what happened here. The rapper used Instagram to blast T.I. and his family, targeting his wife Tiny Harris. After posting an unflattering photo of her performing, the couple's son, King Harris, fired back. But before we get to King's response, let's sit with what 50 Cent did for a moment. 50 captioned the post, "I keep saying keep my name out your mouth, okay?" That was the message. He took a photo of another man's wife and put it on his Instagram page, with millions of followers, and the message attached to it was basically a threat to T.I.
So, the positive about this, the other son, Damani, Man, that dude can rap, man. I ain't know he can spit like that. I ain't know he had bars like that. He sound like Andre 3000 on that joint. Like it was like he penned like a letter, but the words that he was using and the way that he was spitting, I said, "Oh, this dude nice. Oh, he nice, nice, nice." Okay, so now I hope that we can get more of the son rapping, right? That's what I'm hoping, will come out of this, right? Because it ain't gonna be no verses because 50 Cent, his strength is trolling you and trying to make a fool of you and ruining your career. He's not gonna step into the ring to battle because if he lose, then he lose all his credibility and his career's over. He's not gonna risk that. Now I think in a battle, when it comes to hits, 50 Cent has the hits to beat T.I. But I'm a T.I. I like T.I. I like T.I. more than 50 Cent. But I think 50 Cent has the bigger hits. T.I. got a longer, probably, I don't know. That'd be a good, that would have been a good versus. But these rappers can't get along. T.I. and Boosie was supposed to do something, and Boosie got mad and called T.I. a rat, and then they wasn't speaking, and that would have been that. I was waiting for that album, but these dudes can't get along, man. But like I said, 50 Cent was out of line for saying what he's saying about that man's wife, man, and he getting all the smoke that he deserved. Everything that's coming to him, he deserved everything that he's getting, man. And, that's just the way I view it. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Until next time, peace.